Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friend. In today's video, we are talking about Knock Off, an indie fighting game with a very interesting hook. And that is, well, the aesthetic. You may notice it's basically action figures fighting each other. And you might also say, well, hey, don't these look somewhat familiar? Do I know these characters? And well, that's why these are knockoffs. Now, before we dig into the meat of the video, just something to mention here. I was granted access to an early build of the game by the developers, and thank you very much for that. And if you want to get your hands on the game, well, you're in luck, because later today, the game demo will go live. So by the time you're watching, it might already be out. If you're watching really early, then wait an hour or two, then it'll be out. But yeah, so the demo will be live later today. Try the game for yourself. To add to that, this game is currently on Kickstarter. The developers are looking for additional funds to help finish the game and just make the kind of game that they truly envision, and are using Kickstarter to help get it over the finish line. There will be a link to the Kickstarter in the video description. You know, games take time and money, right? So that's the reality of the situation. This isn't exactly Capcom. This is a very small team. Also, this game is very much in development. So anything you see here in terms of, like, you know, moveset, you know, numbers, damage, anything really is very subject to change. So now all that said, let's talk about Knock Off the game. The aesthetic, which is one of the big selling points of this game, is very much in the golden age of 80s and 90s action figures. And being, well, knockoffs, they may evoke certain people you've known in the past. Like Prince Cronan and the evil sorcerer Grimrod, right? That ring a bell? I don't know. I think I remember these guys from the 80s, right? And, you know, your helpful little companions. You can argue these companions, like this guy here, some sort of beastly man, I suppose, but, well, for copyright reasons, we can't go that far now, can we? Now, what about someone like Lockjaw? He's kind of looking like a street shark, you would say, but no, naturally, he's a biker barracuda. Street sharks? What are you talking about? Biker barracudas. That's what we're about. What about Wolfgang here? Well, naturally, Wolfgang is an evolved teenage warrior lizard. Get your mind out of the gutter if he's anything else. And someone like Razinger, well, who could possibly guess? I don't know, right? So yeah, that's one of the big things, is these are all just very much action figures, right? And they really go the extra mile. Like, on a lot of the characters, you can really see like the fine points of articulation on the various models. Like, as someone, I very much grew up in the 80s. I had my very large share of action figures growing up. Seeing all the particulars you would recognize on any action figure is actually and truly fantastic. Like, the modeling is great. And then, like, you know, you have the world, as it were, that we're in. And it's very much just in someone's house. Now, the time period we're in here is a bit iffy, because we got sick LED modern lights, but with a classic CRT TV with the dials, so I guess we're mishmashing the timelines a little bit. But it's very much just playing around with your toys at home. Like, here we are in the backyard, just skateboard on the ground, you know, we got a baseball, right? We're just little dudes. We're to scale, as it were. But don't confuse it, even though this has, you know, your aesthetic of your childhood and everything, right? This is still very much a proper 2D fighting game with all the fixins that you would expect. You know, all sorts of combos, all sorts of specials. So let's talk about that. So this is what we call a 6-button game. So we have light, medium, heavy punches, and light, medium, and heavy kicks, right? And this is also combo ability in what we would say the versus style of games. So we can just chain stuff together, like light, medium into heavy. Also, we can go light punch into light kick, and then chain that way as well. So we can basically chain up to 6 attacks together. And also, there's a universal launcher in this game, and much the same like on the ground. If you got the physical dexterity, you can chain all your stuff together in the air as well. And of course, everyone has a variety of special moves. Some annoyingly strong, like, you know, very slow fireballs you can follow after. Guile fans, you will like this game, I'll tell you that right now. But yes, we have a fireball, we have uppercuts, we have the fighting game 101, including spinning around like a hurricane, right? So we got the basics covered, don't worry, we got you good. And all your various specials also have EX variants. where you can change the moves around and get additional properties. And naturally, all the characters have a wide variety of super moves here. Everyone has at least 2 supers to work with that are good in a variety of different situations. So the kind of stuff you'd expect is there, right? What you may not expect, though, that's a bit different, is everyone has assists baked into the character. But as far as the assists go, so everyone has an assist. It's just the 2 mediums together. And they call an assist that is completely unique to them. So it's not like an MK1 cameo situation where you pick. Your assist is tied to which character you are, right? And, you know, here's a radical rodent on a skateboard, evocative of nothing, I'm sure. Legal reasons. And, you know, that's unique to Wolfgang. Whereas Prince Cronan summons his little wizard pal, right? And this is more of a slow eat space kind of thing with a bunch of active projectiles traveling at different speeds and all have hitboxes. So for him, this is helping him control space along with his very strong projectile game, including his super slow projectiles that he can easily run after, right? Once again, Guile fans, you'll be happy. Basically, as far as the assist goes, everyone just kind of does their own thing. They're very strong either in neutral control or just, you know, combo ability. You can do in both. Like our pal Oozebite here, he can call his assist after the universal launcher. And then just kind of use that as like combo ability tool, right? So everyone's got their own thing, and that's just another additional layer to the character on top of what they can already do. And we got a bunch of other universal mechanics here, like holding both heavies is effectively what you would call like a focus attack. At full charge, it is an unblockable crumple. And well, then if you get hit, you know, it is indeed combo time. And you can also hold it and dash cancel out for fake outs, which is pretty cool. And other defensive mechanics that are universal, like an alpha counter, otherwise sometimes known as a V reversal. Basically your stock get off me on block move. In fact, here we go in game. You can see the rough move list of all of the characters and a bunch of the universal stuff here. So there's a lot of fighting game 101 here. And yes, also this game has the grid because it is a fighting game, you know. The grid we all grew up with in the 80s with our action figures, just like every training mode since Street Fighter 4. Anyways, I digress, right? So let me give you an example of what just, you know, a combo looks like in this game. Once again, it is basically dial a combo, so like light, medium, the heavy is a thing, and you can chain all the various buttons together. So, you know, light punch going to light kick and all that. Given the freeform nature of this combo system, not every normal necessarily always combos into every other normal. Like say, just at least for Cronan, light punch into medium punch isn't a natural combo, but light kick into medium kick is. So that's the 3-hitter, but you won't get a 2-hitter here, right? So play around with it, see what works for you. So for many characters, you can do whatever into like an EX move as an extension. And after your extension, you can just kind of dash up and recombo into a launcher. And hey, sure enough, after that, you can do that and then air combo and spike them down and do a variety of things. So let me show you an example. And there we go. We got a big advanced evolved combo, right? So we use, you know, strings, we air launch the character, we bounce them down to the ground, we called our assist here. For Cronan specifically, we're ending up the combo using his uppercut style move and then into spin, and then you can super cancel spin into one of his various specials, or rather his supers. So combo ability is fairly free form for the most part within the rules you're given. If you think it'll work, it probably will. And plus there's some other fun rules like the focus attack style move, your 2 heavies held together. If you can connect that against an airborne opponent, then it comes to straight up wall bounce, right? So you can get it even more elaborate than the baby stuff I'm showing you there. That's just what I could figure out myself. I'm sure you could do a lot better. So once again, demo is live later today. By the time you're watching this, it might already be out. So if you're looking to experience, you know, your glory days of your childhood, your action figures, but beating the crap out of each other in fighting game form, this game's a really good way to do it and a really fun way to do it. There's a lot of love here, a lot of just like life to a lot of these characters, even if they are just knockoffs. You know what they're going for, right? So when you're getting your biker barracudas from Bermuda going on here, you know what you're really getting, right? And I don't know, that's pretty fun. I think this game's really fun myself. I had a blast with myself, so try it out for yourself, see if you like it or not, you know, it's up to you. And that is Knockoff. That said, my friends, that is also the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.